Hi, I would like to share with you the scripture. I know this may not pertain to most of you who are watching this because you're, yeah, you're still single, but this is in case you ever get ever get the chance to be married. It still applies. This is from First Corinthians chapter 7, starting with verse 1. Now concerning things of which you wrote to me, this is Paul speaking. It is good for a man to not touch a woman. Nevertheless, because of sexual immorality, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband. Let the husband render to his wife the affection due her, and likewise also the wife to her husband. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does, and likewise the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does. Do not deprive one another, except with consent for a time, that may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, so that Satan does not tempt you because of your lack of self control. But I say this as a concession, not as a commandment. For I wish that all men were even as I myself, but each one has his own gift from God, one in this manner, another in that. Okay, now what the scripture is saying right there is because because of sexual immorality, Paul suggests that every man should have his own wife, and every woman should have her own husband, and they should give each other the what he called the due affection, or well, or as King James Bible says, the due benevolence. Yeah, basically, basically to love each other, to give each other those those there's loving affections that you do in private. Uh, I mean, in Scripture says that the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does, which some take it some take it to mean that I I can have sex with my wife whenever I want, and she has to agree with it. But the same but the same scriptures right there tell us that the husband doesn't have authority over his own body, but the wife does. I mean, so how about the times when she wants to have a little passionate hugging and is husband, can you come in here tonight? I'm feeling lonely. I know this is serious, but you have to let yourself have a laugh over this. I mean, and and Scripture also says, "Do not deprive each other, except for a time and by consent, so that you may give yourselves over to fasting and prayer." I mean, Ecclesiastes says there's a time to embrace and there's a time to refrain from embracing, and and um, and we're and we shouldn't deprive each other of that of that passionate hugging that we all need in our lives. I mean, and we shouldn't deprive each other except by for a time and by consent. It may be because of maybe because of sickness, or maybe just husband or the wife isn't feeling that good. They, they're just not in the mood, and I mean, and there, there there's the times we need to give ourselves over to fasting and prayer, and then Paul says, then you should come together again, so that Satan does not tempt you because of your lack of self control, because being deprived of sex can drive a person to seek it elsewhere, and it's not good for a man or a woman to be deprived of sex for long periods of time. I mean, there ab- absence of sex makes the heart go yonder, and and we we don't want that with married couples. We want married couples to love each other uh, intimately, and sometimes need they need to have those times when they can passionately hug each other. I love that term, passionately hugging. I picked it up from r/videos, but it's true. I mean, husbands and wives need to give each other the affections that are due to each other, and they they need to not deprive each other except for a time by consent, and then they should come together again so that they don't let themselves be lured to extramarital affairs. I mean, because God doesn't want that. One of the commandments is one of the 10 commandments is do not commit adultery. Anyway, that's pretty much all I really have to share with you this morning. So have a good day, and God bless you.